Hello, movie newscast family, and welcome back to the channel. In the past 24 hours, we've received the heartbreaking news of the loss of some truly remarkable individuals. Today's episode is a tribute to their incredible legacies. Paul Morrissey, cult director, Andy Warhol collaborator, dies at 86. The American author's film credits include Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, Mixed Blood, The Hound of the Baskervilles, and News from Nowhere. Paul Morrissey, a cult film director and early Andy Warhol collaborator, has died. He was 86 years of age. Morrissey's archivist Michael Chaikin told The Hollywood Reporter the filmmaker died in the early morning of October 28 at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City after a bout with pneumonia. His most celebrated films as an author include Flesh, Trash, Heat, Flesh for Frankenstein, and the classic B-picture Blood for Dracula, which starred Joe D'Alessandro. Morrissey's films also included classics like Women in Revolt and the 1980s New York City trilogy Forty Deuce, Mixed Blood, and Spike of Bensonhurst. But it's Morrissey's early association with pop artist Andy Warhol that helped establish him as a director and kept his cult status alive throughout his career. The two artists first met in 1965, and Morrissey signed on to run the publicity and filmmaking for Warhol at the factory under a contract until 1973. Early cinematic collaborations full of colorful characters like drug addicts and street hustlers include in 1965 Space and My Hustler, a year later with the Velvet Underground and Nico, A Symphony of Sound and San Diego Surf, and Lonesome Cowboys in 1968. Morrissey in recent years became defensive over Warhol, having taken too much credit for their film collaborations at the factory. WWE legend Ric Flair's stepson Sebastian Kidder dies by suicide at 24. TMZ reports that the musician, the son of Flair's ex Wendy Barlow, died in the family's home on October 26. Wrestling legend Ric Flair's stepson Sebastian Kidder has died. He was 24. On Sunday, October 27, Flair's ex-partner and Kidder's mother, Wendy Barlow, confirmed to TMZ that her son, an up-and-coming musician, had died by suicide on October 26. "I am devastated and shocked," Barlow told the outlet. "This is an epidemic with your young men and mental health." TMZ reported that Kidder died Saturday afternoon from a gunshot wound at the family's home in Georgia. "Police are currently investigating the matter," the outlet added. Kidder shared his final post to social media on Saturday shortly before his death. In a set of photos shared to Instagram, he could be seen holding a guitar as he sat in what looked to be a recording studio, with purple lighting filling the room. Flair, 75, the former WWE star who was in a relationship with Barlow for more than 13 years before they split in September, has yet to comment on his stepson's death publicly. Kidder was a musician and actor who released his debut album, Under the Moon, under the name Sebastian. He also appeared in a number of TV and film projects over the years, including independent movies and a guest role on The Walking Dead as a child. Speaking with Good Day Atlanta in June, Kidder opened up about being inspired by Aerosmith, Maroon 5, and Michael Jackson as a kid before beginning to write his own music. David Harris dies. The Warriors actor who played Cochise was 75. David Harris, the actor known for playing Cochise in the Walter Hill-helmed 1979 cult classic, The Warriors, has died. He was 75. The actor died Friday at his New York City home after he was diagnosed with cancer, his daughter Davina Harris disclosed to the New York Times. David is also survived by his mother, 3 siblings, and 2 grandchildren. Having accumulated more than 50 on-screen credits since 1976, Harris was most known for portraying the gang member Cochise in The Warriors, about a New York City street gang that ends up in a turf battle when they're framed for the murder of a rival gang leader. Although the film was met with negative reviews at the time, The Warriors turned out to be a box office success and has since been praised by fans and critics alike. Lin-Manuel Miranda is currently adapting the film into a stage musical having released a concept album last week. "We thought it was a little film that would run its little run and go, and nobody would ever talk about it again," said Harris of the film in a 2019 interview for ADAMIC Radio. "I was in Hong Kong. I was in the Philippines. I was in Tokyo. I've done a lot of movies, but I get off the plane and people go, 'It's the guy from The Warriors.'" Born June 18, 1949 in New York City, Harris attended Manhattan's High School of Performing Arts, now Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School, before making his debut in the 1976 TV movie Judge Horton and the Scottsboro Boys. Harris also appeared in such films as Brubaker, 1980, Quicksilver, 1986, and Fatal Beauty, 1987, as well as episodes of MacGyver, Hill Street Blues, The Equalizer, ER, NYPD Blue, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, Elementary, Instinct, and First Wives Club. Philadelphia Union goalkeeper Holden Trent dies at 25. A teammate who made those better around him. The Major League Soccer club announced that Trent died on Saturday afternoon, October 26. Philadelphia Union player Holden Trent has died. He was 25. On Saturday, October 26, the Major League Soccer club announced that the goalkeeper died earlier that day. The Philadelphia Union is devastated by the heartbreaking passing of Holden Trent. The Union wrote in a statement, "While he was a wonderful player and fierce competitor, he was more importantly a devoted son, brother, fiancé, and teammate who made those around him better. He embodied the true meaning of determination, dedication, and perseverance, and he will be deeply missed. We extend our greatest sympathies to his family, his fiancé, and his friends." The statement continued. The team said it would not be providing any further details about Trent's cause of death out of respect for his friends and family. Trent's family released their own statement on his Instagram account on Saturday, writing that details about his funeral services would be forthcoming. "We want to thank everyone for your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. Holden passed away this afternoon surrounded by his family and friends," the family wrote. "Our family is deeply touched to see and experience the love you all have for Holden." Originally from Greensboro, NC, Trent was drafted as the 28th pick overall in the 2023 NLS Superdraft after graduating from High Point University, where he was the Big South Goalkeeper of the Year in 2021 and 2022. ESPN reported that Trent had not yet made his first-team debut for the club, but he had made 6 appearances over the course of the most recent season for the Union's affiliate team. He wore jersey number 13 for the team. Grammy-winning crooner Jack Jones, known for singing the Love Boat theme song, dies at 86. Rancho Mirage, Calif. Jack Jones, a Grammy-winning crooner known for the Love Boat television show theme song, has died. He was 86. Jones died Wednesday night at a hospital in Rancho Mirage, California, after battling leukemia for more than 2 years, according to a statement from his manager, Milt Suchin. Jones began his singing career in the 1950s and in the 1960s won 2 Grammy Awards for Best Vocal Performance, one on the song Lollipops and Roses, and one on the song Wives and Lovers. He was nominated for several other Grammys in later years, including for the album Jack Jones Paints a Tribute to Tony Bennett in 1999. In 1980, his Love Boat television show theme song rose to No. 37 on the Billboard U.S. Adult Contemporary Songs chart. Jones was also a frequent guest on the popular romantic comedy show in which guest stars, ranging from Gene Kelly to Janet Jackson, would come aboard for a cruise and fall in love with one another. A social media account for The Ed Sullivan Show, an American television variety show that aired for decades, posted on X on Thursday that Jones lit up the show with smooth vocals and unforgettable performances. "His music will forever inspire us," the post said. "Thank you for the memories, Jack. Rest in peace." Jerry Taylor dies. Emmy-nominated Star Trek The Next Generation writer-producer was 86. Jerry Taylor, the Emmy-nominated scribe, producer, director and showrunner behind Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Star Trek. Voyager, which she co-created, has died. She was 86. My mother succeeded in a male-dominated industry, her son Andrew Enberg said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter. But she did it without being super aggressive. She did it with compassion and kindness. She was like a den mother to everyone. The industry veteran died October 24 of natural causes at an assisted living facility in Davis, Calif. Enberg said. Throughout her decades-long career, Taylor spent more than 10 years bringing to life episodes set within the Star Trek universe. In 1990, she began writing for Next Generation Season 4, eventually working her way up to co-executive producer in Season 6. She was the showrunner of the Patrick Stewart vehicle in its 7th and final installment, for which she garnered an Emmy nom for Outstanding Drama Series. Born June 30, 1938 in Evansville, Ind., Taylor graduated from Indiana University with a major in English. She received her master's degree from CSUN and began her foray into Hollywood through an acting workshop in Los Angeles, where she directed local stage productions before transitioning to screenwriting before the 80s. Graphic designer Michael Okuda, best known for designing the computer interfaces on the Starfleet called Okudagrams, said in a remembrance post, "The world of Star Trek lost one of its giants yesterday with the passing of writer-producer Jeri Taylor. Jeri brought humanity and compassion to her work and to Star Trek." Adding, "Working for Jeri Taylor was always a delight. She always welcomed ideas and suggestions, even from designers in the art department. She was thoughtful and warm, and she always made us feel like we were an important part of her team." Brannon Braga, who inherited Taylor's showrunning duties on Voyager, wrote on Instagram, "She was a great writer and showrunner, and to me, a cherished mentor. Jeri was generous with her wisdom and her time. She nurtured an entire staff of young writers, which is a testament to her patience. I would not have a career without Jeri's intricate guidance. She taught us all so much. Her memory will live on in many ways, but perhaps most of all in the character of Captain Janeway, who reflected the best dimensions of Jeri herself. Jeri Taylor, we were lucky to know you." Linda Obst, veteran film producer, writer, and champion of women in Hollywood, dies at 74. She used her crazy intuitive intelligence and taste to get behind such films as Flashdance, Sleepless in Seattle, Contact, The Fisher King, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Interstellar, and more. Linda Obst, the pioneering producer who put her mark on beloved films like Sleepless in Seattle, Contact, Flashdance, The Fisher King, Adventures in Babysitting, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and Interstellar, died Tuesday. She was 74. Obst died at her Los Angeles home surrounded by loved ones. Her son, manager-producer Ole Obst, told The Hollywood Reporter, "My mom was a trailblazer and a fierce advocate for women. Also, she was an amazing mother, sister, and best friend." He said in a statement, "My wife, July, and I are incredibly grateful that she was my mom and that my daughters got to have her as a grandmother. We will miss her." Obst's brother Rick Rosen, the longtime and respected partner of TV at WME, said, "Our family is immensely proud of the career that she had and the role model she was for women in the industry. But beyond that, we will always remember her incredible love of our family. She was always happiest when she was around the family." The leading cause of COPD is smoking, and Obst, who described herself as a passionate smoker from age 16 until her 2018 diagnosis, shared details about her health to serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of cigarettes and marijuana. "I very much want people to know that you could be the one hit with the fickle finger of fate, and I want to be clear what the consequences of smoking are. It's not the way you want to spend your retirement or your last 10, 20, or 30 years, cautioned Obst, who relied on a portable device that took air and turned it into pure oxygen to help her breathe. Aside from a long list of enviable credits on a wide range of projects, Obst was known in the industry for being a fierce champion of women in Hollywood and for developing close, longtime relationships with writers, actors, executives, filmmakers, fellow producers, and insiders like CAA's Brian Lord, who encountered obst not long after he made it out of the mailroom. Very special Richmond educator, music pioneer Mary Goodman Hunter, passes away at 95. For over 60 years, Mary Goodman Hunter served as a monumental educator and musical pioneer who was dedicated to leaving a legacy worth celebrating. On Monday, the lifelong community advocate and Richmond native passed away, just 1 week after celebrating her 95th birthday. "Richmond has lost someone that was very special," said Marie's daughter, Kelly Hunter. "Always opening up her heart to people, always willing to lend a hand to people, no matter if she knew you or she didn't." Kelly was Hunter's only child. She described her mother as a brilliant and passionate actor and singer. She started at church one Sunday when she was small. Someone didn't show up, and she got up and sang. "And ever since then she's been a singer," Kelly said. "She would bring a smile to your face, bring joy to your heart when she sang." Marie made history using her voice at the Virginia Museum Theater. She went on to perform at the Virginia Museum Theater, and she was the first Black person to perform there, Kelly said. Though Marie is no longer here, Kelly said her mother's presence and impact will live on forever. "I will always remember that she instilled in me faith, love, give, help people, and that's what my mom did," said Kelly. "I just think that she has left love and peace and happiness to people that she touched. She will never be forgotten. Never." Goodman Hunter's public funeral will be held at 1 p.m. on Thursday, October 31 at First Baptist Church of South Richmond, 1501 Decatur Street. The wake will be held Wednesday at Scott's Chapel on Brooklyn Park Boulevard from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Baywatch actor Michael Newman has died at the age of 68. His death comes 18 years after being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2006. Newman's friend Matt Felker, who directed the Hulu docuseries After Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, told POPL magazine that he died from heart complications on Sunday evening as he was surrounded by his family and friends. The Los Angeles native gained fame by playing lifeguard Mike Newman on the hit 90s series, appearing in 150 episodes. He was the only cast member who was a real lifeguard. Deadline reports he worked as an LA County lifeguard for 20 years. He started at 10 years old as a Santa Monica Junior lifeguard. He also appeared in the spin-off series Baywatch Night, the movie Baywatch, White Thunder at Glacier Bay, Welcome to Hollywood, and Enemy Action. While in Hollywood, Newman worked as a firefighter as well as an actor. He continued firefighting after Baywatch and until he retired. Felker paid tribute to Newman in a lengthy post to Instagram on Monday night. "Few of us are lucky enough to have someone like Mike Newman enter and change their life. I met Mike 5 years ago in the beginning stages of the Baywatch series," he penned. After 5 years of following his life and becoming very close friends, Mike was able to see the series come to fruition. The amount of issues this series had and hurdles was like no other. Mike was not only a real-life hero, he was a competitor through and through. "I knew how much this series meant to him and his life." The director said at times he wanted to throw it all in the trash, but then he remembered Mike and couldn't let him down. "I couldn't quit." He never did. "We succeeded together pulling something off that was nearly impossible against hurdles you wouldn't believe," he continued. "Seeing him light up at our premiere in Santa Monica was worth all the bullshit I endured for years." Felker said he was able to see Newman before he passed. William Bill Beavers, former Chicago alderman and Cook County Commissioner, dies at 89. Former Chicago alderman and Cook County Commissioner William Bill Beavers died over the weekend, family spokesperson Sean Howard announced on Sunday. Beavers died early Saturday morning from natural complications surrounded by his family. Bill Beavers will go down in history as one of the most progressive African-American aldermen in the Chicago City Council. He was unapologetically Black and proved so by his countless efforts to propel Black businesspersons to engage in city business and contracts. In fact, many of the most successful business persons in our city acknowledge Commissioner Beavers as their primary source of help in successfully doing business with the city of Chicago, Howard said. Beavers served as a Chicago police officer for over 21 years until his retirement, and then was elected as alderman of the 7th Ward in 1983. He served in that role until 2006, and then was elected as Cook County Commissioner for the 4th District of Cook County from 2006 to 2013. The passing of Commissioner Beavers represents a significant loss for the African American business community. Rich Township Supervisor Calvin Jordan said, "Commissioner Beavers made it possible for black business owners to have concessions at both Midway and O'Hare airports. He was relentless in his firm approach to former Chicago Mayor Richard M. Daley of the need for more black business people engaging in every facet of city government." South Florida's Amir Abdur-Rahim, one of the brightest young coaches in college basketball, died Thursday at age 43, the school announced. Abdur-Rahim was undergoing a medical procedure at a Tampa area hospital when he died due to complications that arose, the school said. "All of us with South Florida athletics are grieving with the loved ones of Coach Abdur-Rahim," USF Athletic Director Michael Kelly said in a statement. "He was authentic, driven, and his infectious personality captivated all of Bulls Nation. Coach Abdur-Rahim leaves a lasting impact on our student athletes, the university, and the community. We are supporting those closest to him, including his family, team, and athletic staff, to ensure they have the resources they need to deal with this tremendous loss." Abdur-Rahim guided the South Florida men's team to one of the biggest turnarounds in the country last season, leading the Bulls to a program record 25 wins and their first American Athletic Conference regular season title. Prior to Abdur-Rahim taking over in 2023, the school had never finished 500 in the AAC and had ended above 500 overall just once since 2012. He was selected as the AAC Coach of the Year. The Bulls were also ranked in the men's AP Top 25 for the first time in school history, earning a spot for 2 weeks in late February and early March. "I asked Kelly, 'You afraid of heights?' Abdur-Rahim said at his introductory news conference in March 2023. "Because you're going to have to get up on that ladder one day to cut down those nets." Abdur-Rahim spent 4 seasons at Kennesaw State before moving to South Florida, leading the Owls to an NCAA tournament appearance in 2023. He was the architect of a dramatic program rebuild, going from 1 win in his first season at the helm to 26 in his final campaign. He won the Hugh Durham Award in 2023, given annually to the nation's best mid-major coach, and was named AASUN Coach of the Year. "There are people that have been here that care about this program. It was a place with no identity but was on the cusp of being able to do something real special," Abdur-Rahim told ESPN after Kennesaw State won the Atlantic Sun tournament. "It's nuts, to be honest with you." Tom Geriel, former ABC News correspondent and anchor, dies at 89. Geriel spent 38 years at the network before retiring in 2002. Tom Geriel, former ABC News correspondent and anchor, whose impactful reporting earned him numerous accolades, has died at the age of 89. During his 38-year tenure at the network, Geriel was the kind of person and journalist many at ABC aspired to be. To America, he was a trusted reporter, correspondent, and anchor. At ABC, he was a beloved colleague, mentor, and friend. Born in Georgia, Geriel grew up in Shreveport, Louisiana. In 1958, he launched his career in broadcast journalism at Houston's KPRC. Geriel would join ABC News in 1965. He quickly gained national attention for his coverage of Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination. It didn't take long for Geriel's talent to be recognized and rewarded. By 1969, he was elevated to chief White House correspondent, covering both Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. The year 1979 proved to be a pivotal one in Geriel's career. He was named anchor of ABC's Weekend Report and joined ABC's fledgling, primetime news magazine. 2020s. Year after year, Jeriel contributed hard-hitting reports ranging from criminal justice reform to holding our leaders accountable, but it was his series of reports on the plight of children suffering in Romanian orphanages that Jeriel remembered as the great defining story of his career. Over more than 2 decades at 2020s, Jeriel's impactful reporting earned him numerous accolades, including 6 Emmy Awards before his retirement in 2002. We honor the depth and breadth of Jeriel's 38 years at ABC. We celebrate his sense of fairness, of integrity, but most of all, his humanity. On and off the air, Jeriel embodied the best of everyone at ABC News. Jeriel is survived by his loving wife Joan, of 57 years, and his 3 sons. Billy Crystal reveals how he accidentally lost the iconic When Harry Met Sally sweater. I had it for years. Billy Crystal opened up about his iconic sweater from When Harry Met Sally. While in an interview with a media portal, the actor joked that he might have accidentally donated it. Billy Crystal is looking back at his iconic off-white sweater from When Harry Met Sally. In a conversation with People magazine, the actor claimed that he still has some of the clothes in his wardrobe from his character in the 1989 film. However, Crystal revealed that he might have lost the classic sweater or accidentally donated it. Though he's not sure, the Hollywood star said the particular piece of clothing could have made its way to UCLA's theater costume department. While sitting down for an interview with the entertainment portal, The Analyze, this actor was asked if he still had the costumes of the characters he portrayed on screen. Crystal replied, "I got a lot. I'm a bit of a clothes horse. The one I don't have is that sweater, and I had it for years. The one from When Harry Met Sally, the real one." Opening up about where it might be, the actor went on to say, "I believe it went to UCLA's theater department with tons of clothes for costumes. I have a feeling it's there. I've racked my brain as I've seen other people. You've seen them on social media, wearing a sweater, doing the pose from that scene. I wish I had that sweater." In conclusion, the actor made a plea to UCLA's theater department, asking them to check their costume inventory for the sweater, and if they have it, to kindly return it. Meanwhile, Crystal has returned to the screens with his new project, Before, which streams on Apple TV+. The actor will be acting as well as producing the 10-episode series. Apart from the Princess Bride actor, the show will also cast Judith Light and Rosie Perez. As for the plot, the show will revolve around Eli, a child psychologist who recently lost his wife. Soon after, Eli encounters a young boy who has a mysterious connection with the former's past. The synopsis further reads, as Eli attempts to help Noah, their mysterious bond deepens. Before is available to watch on Apple TV+, with new episodes dropping every Friday. The show will run until December 20.